Well, let's talk about Monday Night Football, Week 6, shall we? Gonna talk about Buffalo, Atlanta, Washington, and Chicago. Two interesting games, two interesting results, but really, kind of expected. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, as a lot of people know, but the thing that I've been going on about, they can't stop the run, and they get complacent on offense. Sean McDermott is a one-trick pony in his vision. Josh Allen is being wasted away. He's resorting back to his old antics. I try to tell people there was no upset alert. Stop acting like the Falcons is. I know they got spanked by Carolina, but they need an adjustment on their offensive coordinator. And since that time, they have gotten better. Their defense is legit. I remember that game when they spanked up on Minnesota. That young line they got is no joke. But last night, the Bills looked sloppy. They looked lethargic. They were definitely off a step. Michael Penix did enough to. He's giving you Junior Whopper, Michael Vick flashes at times. Bajan Robinson was just that run was like the Bills' is tackling is atrocious. Um, they're just like I think I hate to say this because I don't like to give Nick Wright no Nick. I like to call him Nick wrong. I like to give him no credit, but he is going to have those Bills banners lined up. They are the best team in the all season and in September, but when October and everything emerges, they tend to just kind of fold. And you can't help but wonder where Kansas City is lurking in the mirror, getting healthy, and everybody coming together. You just can't help but wonder, is it going to be deja vu all over again? The Bills look like a step or two off. I know I might be in the minority when I say this, but I still think Sean McDermott got to go. I just don't see them looking like a championship team. And you can't lose to a young upstart New England team that looks better than what you're putting out. You kind of seen some poise. Then when they tried to go conservative last year, they came up short. And then it's like, how do you turn on a switch or not, being a hybrid of what you're going to do or how you're going to do? And James Cook has got to keep getting touches and runs. It'll still look close enough game, but it's just that they hit the panic switch. They don't really have another gear. They really don't have a top flight receiver. And there's just things that they're doing that just shows that they're so streaky that it's like a cosmetic of the whole thing. Because the truth of the matter is the Bills should be a 3-3 team. They got a token win against Baltimore. But really, when you get down to it, if you get to the nuts and bolts of it, yeah, they beat New Orleans, but the Jets game is the only game they kind of flex. That ain't nothing to flex on. So when you really think about it, they have what we call empty calorie games, and Josh Allen looks like a step off. If he ain't running and trying to do 99 different things, good luck. Atlanta is a team that I tell you, they didn't have that old Poochie kicker against Tampa Bay. They maybe game or two here in Atlanta could be a dangerous wild card team. You know, I'm just saying, keep your eyes on the Falcons. They got a little something there to watch out for if they get it together because they definitely got something coming, and our defense is definitely there. So if the offense can stay consistent, they could be a problem. Elsewhere, Washington, Chicago, deja vu last year in the nation's capital, and also the site of that scene where that dumb second safety man tipped that was talking trash and bought one off his fan in reflection. There was not that this year. Actually, Washington fumbled at the end. These teams are actually going in reverse. Caleb Williams is looking very poised. I think Jaden Daniels is doing a good job, but Washington's defense is not that good. They can't stop the run, and they are missing that aggression or whatever they had last year. I think they got kind of high on the Gatorade, and now they kind of like, they got to kind of dial it where they can get in because be honest with you, if they can get it together, that's a winnable division. If Philly is skirting, and we know Dallas and the Giants suck. So, you got no one but to look upward to, but you got to make a statement, and you got to win games like this because these two teams put on some real good shows, and two poised young quarterbacks are going to be something. Do I think the Bears are back? I'll say this right now. Better than Minnesota because Minnesota ain't got no quarterback. Green Bay, jury's out how they go on. Detroit got some humble pie. So I'll say this: if Chicago can hang tough, they can make a little bit of noise. They definitely have the best offense they've had in years. So if their defense, if they can make some noise, they could be a problem. But Washington is kind of a disappointment because they just haven't looked that sharp. They've just looked, they're kind of going through the motion. So we'll see what happens. But Caleb Williams is definitely getting better each week. And he's somebody you got to keep an eye on if the Bears, can make some headway. So we shall see. But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes on those two Monday night games. Interesting contrast and interesting how things are shaping up to be. Atlanta and Chicago are looking up, though, for real. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another, and please share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.